Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to carry on from where we left off in the last episode, which is replace the chassis rails on this MX5 behind me. We're going to do a step-by-step guide and we're going to show you everything you need to do. It might not necessarily be the same way everybody else does it, but it's the way we do it. So if you follow along, you can't go wrong. Well then, here we are. First of all, you're going to want some safety gear, and I'm using some old TIG welding gloves because they're nice and thick and you can still hold on to stuff. They're not big and bulky like normal welding gloves, so always use some of these because I find them the easiest way of doing it. And you want some safety gear, i.e. you want a face shield, you'll see why in a minute, and some ear defenders. Always use these because what we're going to use to do this job is brutal. And this is a 4-inch grinder with a wire wheel, and I call this John the Baptist because he's going to go about his job and literally cleanse this MX5 of its mortal sins. And you don't want one of these stuck in your face when they fling off because you're going to look like Pinhead from Hellraiser. So yeah, this is why you need the face shield. Right, let's roll. What you want to be doing is making a nice clean surface and taking off all the surface rust so you can see where you're going. And then next up, what you want to do is marking out your parts to go into here, your new repair panel. So next up is to trim and prep the repair panel, and I'm going to show you that next. Right then guys, what we have in hand is the repair panels for the chassis rail. They're paired, and you can buy them from eBay or MX5 Restore or anywhere like that, but they're around about 60 quid, so they're not really expensive, but they are a difficult job. So hopefully me doing these videos are gonna make it a little bit easier on you. But they've got M6 captive nuts already installed, welded on the inside. So what we want to do is add a little bit of protection, which is zinc prime the insides. But first of all, we're going to cut them down, and then we can use that as a template for how much of the car we want to cut, because I know how difficult these are to weld straight into place, and it doesn't really make sense. Plus, you can't protect it as much as you would like to. So we cut them down into 3 individual panels, then weld them in, zinc prime as we go along to add extra longevity and more protection. Right then, so first of all, what we're going to do is put our safety gear on, and we're going to cut down the fold line because that's the easiest way to do it, and you can't really go wrong if you watch this. So yeah. So what we have now, after we've cut up the chassis rail, is 3 individual pieces. And what you want to do is, you want to order some M6 by 40 bolts. Here's some I bought earlier. These don't get supplied when you buy a chassis rail kit. So these go into there. And they are longer than what the bolts that come out from original. And there's a reason why I go for 40mm, because whatever bolts haven't snapped on your car, you can use these to go through the original bolts, the original holes should I say, and get this to stay in position while you mark out and trim your panel. So what you want to do now is, whatever holes you've got left, I've got 4 on this one because 3 have snapped, is put some squirt juice in there, and you want to run an M6 by 1.25 thread tack through the holes just to clean them up a bit. So that's my 4. Then you want to use the holes that are already in situ, and whether they line up or not, because you never know. So you want to get your panel in position. Get the thread through the back, then line them up and try and get some purchase on it. Try and get a few threads through. Should be able to see where the holes are on the back end of this panel on the old one. And then it should give you an idea of how much you need to trim. So all up here is good metal, so I can trim this panel quite a bit down. I don't need to come to the actual end here. It's all good metal, so I can cut probably 20mm off here. I can cut this top piece off. I could probably take 15mm off this back side here, and it just makes it easier for me to cut and grind the excess off, ready for the panel to be in place. What you want to do now is take a marker pen, a Sharpie, or I use Milwaukee ink saws because they're pretty much bomb proof, and I'm going to take probably 20mm off there. I don't need this section up here, so that can be cut down, probably a bit more to be fair, and I don't need 15mm off this back edge. So what I'm going to do now is go and mark that up with a square it all up with a set square, and then trim the panel down. What you want to do now, take a marker pen, take that in the mouth, and mumble that, and make a mark. See, I want to trim that much off. On this side, use your square, down to your line, I want to trim that. Use your square, I don't need this top section, so trim that off. So next up will be to cut this.
Pulling up black windows once you go down. You must be crazy if you think that I'ma slow down. Don't wanna hear it talking shit, fuck the drama. Keep it coming, I'ma send you to your mama. Mr. Whip, get the guns out. Dropping bodies in the place till the sun's out. Can't fuck with this, I'm going to try. Just when the bullets fly, I'm the last one to die. send you to your mama. Pistol whip, quick clip, get the guns out. Dropping bodies into place till the sun's out. Can't fuck with me, so don't even try. Cause when the bullets fly, I'm the last one to die. Pulling up black windows once you go down. You must be crazy if you think that I'ma slow down. Don't wanna hear it talking shit, fuck the drama. You keep it coming, I'ma send you to your mama. Pistol whip, quick clip, get the guns out. Dropping bodies into place till the sun's out. Can't fuck with me, so don't even try. Cause when the bullets fly, I'm the last one to die.
Right then, so what we want to do now is go ahead and put your new panel back into position. Get a few threads through so it'll go to the other side. This is mega important because this is now time to mark out your panel. So I've got my holes all lined up there. What I'm going to do is put that into position. So these two holes are perfect. This one's slightly off. That one's slightly off. But that doesn't really matter because that's only the radiator support and it will mount to that anyway, so that shouldn't be an issue. So what you want to do now is start marking, because this is going to be your cut line. I'll mark all the way around, mark down the back, try and be as thorough as you can. Make sure they've got that good line and you can see it. Even if you start a line, you can always take these bolts back out and then mark back in afterwards. So we're going to take these back out now. And see what line we've got. So now I have a good line around the area I want to cut out. So next up, what we want to do is drill out the spot welds here and the one on the other side and get this anti-roll bar bracket out of the way. Now you want to put a set of ear defenders on, get a centre punch in the middle of the spot weld. You need an half decent hammer. That's better. Try not to hit your hand. And we're going to try and drill it out. Once you're happy you've drilled the spot weld out enough, you can try and separate the bracket from the actual chassis rail. Give it a little tap. Try not to bend it. I mean, it's been stuck on the car for a few years, so you're going to bend a little bit. Just we'll make sure it's not beyond repair. And you need to drill the other side as well. So same the other side. What you're trying to do is separate the bracket from the rail. You're not trying to beat the hell out of it. Just try and massage it off if you can. Far off now. They're quite tight on the chassis rail. Try not to get your screwdriver stuck. Like so. There we go. Just gently pry it off, then jobs are good in. So now all this is open and you can start getting ready to zinc prime the inner panel, ready to be dry for when you cut this section out, and you should be able to just go straight in there then. One thing you'll want to do before you refit the anti-roll bar bracket is to get your wire wheel and give this a really good clean up, get rid of all the surface rust. Use some Genelite rust converter, which is what will be going on here as a coating to stop anything from coming back through, and then a good few layers of zinc primer will be sprayed over the top of it. While it's off, you might as well, and it should last you for another decade or so. Right then guys, it's cut o'clock. What I've done to make things a little bit easier is I've followed this line here, got my square and gone across the bottom panel as well and on the back edge. So when we trim this panel out, we can cut across this bottom section and we can pull this profile out, and then you can see how bad it is on the inside. But what you want to do after that is clean all this area here ready for welding. But before we'll do any of that, we're going to zinc prime the inner panels. But yeah, let's get to it.
this love going? Baby, 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 that's the place to take me. Boy, you know.
You're probably better off using gloves. These skins are super thick, especially when they've swollen out. That'll do. Right. As you can see, this has seen better days. There's your two skins. Inside of the back panel doesn't look all too bad. But if I can release you off here a minute. You can see in there, this is what the inside of your chassis rails look like. Then there's like a backstop. So for whatever reason, Mazda thought it was a great idea to put that hole there. So that's not a rust hole. Well, it is now, but they decided to put a couple of big holes in the bottom, and then water just gets up in there, sits in there, and yeah, you can see exactly what it does. Nice. So what we're going to be doing now is cutting this bottom section out, getting ready to do the other side, but a new panel to go a little something like this. So what you can do is clean up this section here, clean around here. Oh. Once that bottom section's out, you can start to tack this into position, and it should be pretty much bang on where you want it to be. Right then guys, so now we're happy with how the panel turned out, and it looks like it butts up really nice. What we're going to be doing is using zinc primer, and this will add a nice layer of protection on the inside, so when everything's welded up, yeah, it shouldn't do that again. We'll give it a good shake. This is black zinc. I use black zinc a lot. You use different colours, you can get silver zincs. No spray, no lay, no spray, no lay. This is just going to add a nice layer of protection on the inside of the panel, like so. So while I'm waiting for the zinc to dry on the other panel, I'm going to put the bottom section out. So geared back up. This is a tricky Look how far that's swole up now. She's chonky. It's at least 4 or 5 mil thicker than it's supposed to be. Cutting disc pit stop. You probably didn't know this, but the writing's supposed to be this side. It is a thing. Right, crack on. Wiggle, 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 don't stop, baby. Now you want to move on to a flat disc. Right. As you can see, there is actually some metal there. So that'd be nice and easy to weld to. Thanks for that. So what I want to do is get some rust converter and go around the top section, because we won't be chopping that out. Spread it as far as we can all inside, and then all the upper deck and that back section We'll get a nice couple of coats of zinc primer, and that should protect it. Right then, next up is this stuff. I've been using this for 5 or 6 years now, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. Easy to use, takes a while to dry, but you can't have it always. So what we're gonna do is give the inside of here a bit of a sploosh, and try not to get it on my hands, because it does tend to send your hands black. The stain does not come off for a while. I thought the best way would be to do like first person shooter style up here, so you can be part of the action instead of over there on the tripod. So bear with me if I'm making you motion sick, swinging around trying to get the job done, as well as trying to give you awesome content. See, it's not too bad up there. It don't tend to rust. You might get a bit of surface, but this stuff will just kill it stone dead. So I'm gonna get it up in the nooks and crannies, all in the seams. No point in doing this bit here because that's getting chopped out anyway, so all up here is not. It's already working on this top section. It's starting to blacken the little bits of surface that was left up there. As I call it, residual rust. Another sploosh. There we go. Get in there nice and thick. And swirl it around. Get it all nice and up there. We got this stuff up here. You'll see it start to work in a minute. See how much blacker that's gone now? That is basically eliminating the rust. Some more sploosh. And get it as far in as you can. Got it on my hand now, so I need to get it off quick. Sorry for the weird angles, but yeah. Leave this to dry. It's ready for a nice couple of layers of zinc over the top. And that'll be the next vid. Right, so now the rust converter's done its job and it's emulsified all the rust now, so it's ready for a couple of coats of zinc. And I'm not shy with this stuff, this gets loaded in here. Try and get it all in all the little seams and the crevices, everywhere you can. The best thing about this stuff as well, the zinc primer is weldable, so you can weld through it. And that's why I like it so much. This back section still needs to be cut out, but I'll be welding this front panel in once this has gone off. Then I'll cut the other side out. Then I'll weld the bottom panel in.